The main character of the Roman Mysteries is Flavia Gemina, and she's based on blending the fictional detective Nancy Drew and Caroline's own character.
Yeah, and I kind of filled out her description, her physical description, with the added aspects of air. So I gave her, which is Flavia's element, I gave her gray eyes and a sky blue tunic.
Anything else?
Yeah, she's rich and clever and middle class. So you could say she's privileged, but she uses her power for good to help people and solve mysteries.
Yeah, well, the other characters, we need to talk about them, especially the three friends that she made. So who are these people and how did you come up with them?
I love movies. And I noticed that in some of my favorite films, you've got a hero with about three sidekicks, three or four friends or sidekicks. And so I identified these as the faithful sidekick, the funny one, and the wild one.
So what do these characters bring to the story?
First of all, someone for you to identify with, so the reader to identify with. Not everyone will like bossy Flavia, but they might like gentle, animal-loving Nubia, the faithful sidekick, or they might like the funny one, Jonathan, with his dry sense of humor, or Lupus, the wild one, an 8-year-old. Lupus, his name means wolf, and he's 8 years old, and he can't speak, and he's living wild in the graveyard when they first meet him. He can't read or write or speak, but he's very good at drawing on a wax tablet, and he's good at following people and eavesdropping on them.
And somehow not choking when he eats. So these are very diverse characters because they're all very, very different, but something sort of, they get along still.
It was a bit of a formula because I wanted my characters to be really diverse. And so I wanted one to have be a religious minority, that's Jonathan, one to be an ethnic minority, that's Nubia from the country south of Egypt, and one to be disabled. But I also thought that I'd give each of them their own elements. So Nubia is fire. She has golden eyes and wears an orange tunic. She comes from the desert. Jonathan is earth because he's grounded and steady with brown eyes and hair. And Lupus is water because he has green eyes and he learned to swim almost before he could walk. We find that out later. But again, although I made them
spoilers.
Yeah, that's the 5th book. And although I made them almost as a formula, they take on a life of their own. That's the magic of writing.
Yeah, I really like that idea. So for an activity, maybe you should make up a team of 4 characters by choosing one from each of these columns. So you've got the hero, the faithful sidekick, the funny one, the wild one. You've got fire, air, water, earth, and you've got disability, religious minority, if they're privileged, if they're from an ethnic minority. Make sure that they're all different and they're instantly recognizable to your readers. Have fun and show us what you come up with.